Dan and Crusierweight here, back with another video review. I've been just going in and out of doing reviews. I've been doing a whole lot of videos, then I kind of stopped doing videos. I know I'm not really consistent here. Whatever, I'm sorry. If I watch a good show, I'll review it. If I watch a bad show, I'll review it, but I just haven't really been wanting to do a whole lot of videos until now, and I've been trying to do these videos. So 1999, I'll get to it eventually. I just want to watch some other stuff. I want to watch some good shows and I want to watch some bad shows. I've been doing some great shows and now I'm doing some bad shows. So it's the month of October. I haven't really done any October pay-per-views. WWE always had No Mercy and WCW always had Halloween Havoc. So I'm going to do a good No Mercy, which includes this video, and I'm going to do a bad Halloween Havoc, a good Halloween Havoc, and a bad No Mercy. So, here we go. No Mercy 2002, one of the best pay-per-views, one of my favorite pay-per-views I've ever seen in my life. 2002, for the most part, was a great year. If I really sat down and thought about it for a little while, I would probably say 2002 is my favorite year. I mean, this was at the time where I was really getting into wrestling. I was really avid wrestling fan here. I mean, I was 8, 9 years old here, and I was just really getting into it. I don't really remember a whole lot of stuff before this, but this is when I was really starting to remember some stuff, and I remember loving it to death. I remember loving RVD. I remember being a huge Undertaker fan. I remember hating Brock Lesnar's guts. Yes, even then I hated Brock Lesnar's guts. I was really into Edge too. So let's just talk about No Mercy. It is famous for 2 matches, and that is the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, and the WWE Tag Team match between Edge, Rey Mysterio, and Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. And it is also famous in a bad way for the infamous Katie Vick storyline. Oh, God. And because of that stupid storyline, it is why this review will be 2 parts. So this part, I will talk about everything that's not every match, but the WWE Tag Title match and the Hell in a Cell match, because those 2 matches alone will take up 15 minutes. This covers all the way to the World Heavyweight Title match. So let's start out. We start a backstage segment. Undertaker and Kane's right there. Kane sits down with the Undertaker and says, "So, how was your week?" I just love that. Alright, so we start out the show. Terrence and Phillip, a.k.a. Chris Jericho and Christian, defeated Booker T and Goldust, or like what I like to say, Book Dust, for the World Tag Team titles. During this match, Chris Jericho goes for a springboard moonsault, but the second rope snaps and breaks, so they had to improvise. Overall, still with that rope breaking, still a solid, fun match to watch. They had to improvise. Chris Jericho did a top rope moonsault for the win, and Chris Jericho and Christian, Terrence, and Phillip retained the World Tag Team titles. 6.5 out of 10. A solid, fun match. There's a spot that I have to talk about because it was really fucking funny. Goldust hits Shattered Dreams on Christian, and then he sees Chris Jericho. He hits a drop toe hold on Chris Jericho, and in the mix, Jericho headbutts Christian in the balls as he goes down from the drop toe hold. I love that spot. 6.5. Moving on. Torrie Wilson versus Dawn Marie. You know, while Raw was basically just a Triple H ego trip, SmackDown was fucking awesome. However, they did have some bad storylines. And Dawn Marie marrying Torrie Wilson's dad and then having looks that kill, literally, and killing Al Wilson because he had a heart attack while having sex with her or whatever, because Dawn Marie is drop dead gorgeous, literally, and kills him. This match was stupid. As great as SmackDown was, they were guilty of having a bad storyline too. So, 1 star, and that's being generous. Moving on, Rob Van Dam versus Ric Flair. RVD needed this victory, and he got it here. This was okay. This match is not pay-per-view quality. It's a Raw match. It should be on Raw. RVD really should be facing Triple H, but Triple H was like, fuck you. I ain't losing to a mixed martial arts flippity-floppity frog splash lucha extreme bitch or whatever. RVD 420 said, I just smoked your ass. Triple H said, fuck that. Sledgehammer across your face and I'll bury your ass. And that's what he did, Unforgiven. And then after he got knee dropped in the throat at Survivor Series by him, he's like, fuck your shit, you're gone. You'll never be a main eventer again. So RVD gets fed Ric Flair, and it's an okay match, but should be on Raw. 5 out of 10. He gets the frog splash and gets the 3. He also countered the figure 4 leg lock into a schoolboy pin, and I love that counter. I always loved how they countered the figure 4 into a roll up. Loved it. 5 out of 10. Moving on, Cruiserweight Championship match. Jamie Noble defeats Tajiuri in another solid, fun title match. 6.5 out of 10. It started out with an Isaiah moonsault from Tajiuri. Later on, they do a crucifix pin that gets countered as Jamie Noble just sits down on the crucifix, pins him, and then Tajiuri rolls him up too. Super backdrop from... He wants a super backdrop, Noble does. Tajiuri says, moonsault. He moves out of the way, hits a fucking beautiful-ass tornado DET Tajiuri does. He does those rush-ass kicks that's so fast, you blink, you miss it. Kicks, does that springboard elbow, also beautiful as fuck. Buzzsaw kick. Jamie Noble hits a tiger bomb, gets 2. Tajiuri is on top on Jamie Noble's shoulder. He wants the victory roll. Nidia reaches in Noble's, grab his leg, pulls it onto the ropes. Noble counters into a pin, 1, 2, 3, and gets the win and retains. Solid, fun Cruiserweight title match. 6.5 out of 10. And the Cruiserweight definitely helps out a lot in the way that SmackDown was just kicking Raw's ass this time. So now I'm going to take the rest of this time to talk about the whole Katie Vick storyline, because it's up next, baby. So, champion versus champion, world heavyweight title, and the Intercontinental title on the line. Before I talk about the Katie Vick storyline, one thing that kind of gets swept under the rug and kind of just gets forgotten about is the fact that when Kane lost this match, he lost his Intercontinental title, making Triple H a recognized 5-time Intercontinental champion. But what a lot of people don't mention is that the Intercontinental title would get vacated, and we wouldn't see the Intercontinental title for about 6 or 7 months until it gets back in when Christian and Booker T feud over it. So now it's gone. So Triple H was like, fuck that Intercontinental title. You know what? Screw you. You want to be a big star on Raw? I don't think so. I'm taking out that mid-card title, so you can't do anything. It's either you face me and get your ass buried, or you do absolutely jack shit, really. That's what I thought. More egotistical bullshit from Triple H here. So that completely kills off the Intercontinental title. So not only do you kill Kane's character here, you also kill off the Intercontinental title pretty much. And the Intercontinental title never gets its prestige. A lot of people like to say, well, the Intercontinental title is nowhere near as prestige as it used to be. Well, where did it lose its prestige? Right here. No mercy when it gets vacated for 6 or 7 months. So, now that I'm done talking about that, Katie Vick storyline. The grossest, despicable, insane thing I've ever heard about or ever seen. I was 8 years old and I was traumatized by this shit. Okay, not literally, but I might as well have been. I was having nightmares left and right about this shit. So you have this... So Triple H comes out and says, Kane is a murderer. In high school, he had a girlfriend. They got behind the wheel and got in a car accident, and he killed his girlfriend in the process, in this car accident. So, here's the question. 1. When the fuck did Kane become a pimp? When the fuck did Kane end up becoming such a fucking player and getting booty? Secondly, how the fuck does this play into Kane's character and background story? He's brought in 97 as the Undertaker's brother. He is burned alive, and the Undertaker thought he was dead, along with his parents. He thought he was dead. For 20 years he thought he was dead, until Paul Bearer said, no, Kane is alive. Kane is alive. He is burned, but he's alive, and he's coming back to get his revenge on you. He comes back, he wears this mask, he tombstones the Undertaker, and he has a feud with the Undertaker, one of my favorites of all time. So where does Katie Vick come into place? Kane went to high school? Kane had a girlfriend? Kane got behind the car, so now he knows how to drive? Where's all these questions? What the fuck is this? This isn't Days of Our Lives. This isn't Dynasty. This isn't Desperate Housewives. This isn't... What the fuck is this shit? You know what this is? It's just burying Kane's character and just burying him left and right. Why? Because Triple H is on an egotistical trip here. Because he's God at this point. But that doesn't really scar me. What really scars me is on Raw, Triple H is having sweet sex with a mannequin. This mannequin is in the casket. Triple H is wearing a Kane mask, and he's just making love to this dummy. But what's even freakier, what's even sicker, is Vince McMahon is behind the camera encouraging Triple H and screaming at him, saying, yeah, you gotta make it believable, damn it. You gotta make it believable, Paul. You're having sex, god damn it. Make it believable, damn it. What the fuck is that shit? Oh my god. Holy fucking crap. So, you kill the Intercontinental title. You kill Kane's character. Why? Because he's fucking God. That's why. So, where does this whole thing come into place? Where does he get a girlfriend? Where does he learn how to drive? Where does he even go to school? Where did he go to school? Parts Unknown have a high school? If Parts Unknown has a high school, I wonder if Kane was best friends with the Ultimate Warrior and Kamala or whatever. Just fucking stupid. How's that even come into place? How does that make any fucking sense? Just when you try to make any sense at all out of wrestling, then they throw a monkey wrench in, and there's Katie Vick's storyline. And it goes down in history as one of the sickest, stupidest things of all time. Thankfully, it only lasted 3 weeks, but it definitely destroyed Kane's legacy. Definitely made Kane into a joke. So how about the match? Well, it's actually not a bad match. It's actually kind of solid. Kane dominates early on, getting some huge strikes in there. Triple H plays coward. Hell, I would too. You're in a ring with a fucking murderer, apparently. Kane hits a huge-ass flying clothesline. In comes Ric Flair. He interferes, of course. Then the Hurricane comes in, attacks Ric Flair. But Triple H is like, fuck your Hurrah powers. Kryptonite. Pedigree. There you go. So then it's just basically a 2-on-1 assault. Huge ref bump. Choke slam onto a table. The sledgehammer comes into place. Triple H hits him with the belt, hits him with the sledgehammer, hits him with the pedigree. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Intercontinental title vacated for 6 months. Kills that title. Definitely loses prestige. You make a joke out of Kane's character. And Triple H is running wild on his God path of destruction. And I'm fucking sick of that. I was tortured with this thing. I'll just let you know, I was watching RVD and I was watching SmackDown. That's That's all. So, part 2 coming up next. Yeah, turned out to be a good show so far, except the whole Katie Vick shit.